Hey there folks, Tom Rigsby here from TomRigsby.com. This week on 7 Minutes in the Morning, we're talking about risk and reward. Today, how about risk? That sounds like a good topic. Stay tuned, 7 Minutes in the Morning is coming right up. Hey there folks, good morning and welcome. You have found 7 Minutes in the Morning. It's your daily dose from the business coach. That's me. My name is Tom Rigsby. And our goal here is to take one topic and kind of explore that topic every day, 7 minutes or less, so that you can build a better business. Well, this week we've been talking about fear and failure. Today we're going to get off of the words that start with the letter F and move on to the word that starts with the letter R. And today we're going to talk about risk. Now, on Monday I talked a little bit about fear, and in that story was the story of Columbus, Christopher Columbus, as he sailed from Spain or Portugal, wherever he left from. There was a tremendous amount of risk associated with that venture. And in that day, I mean, think about it. There was no GPS. They didn't even have a map of where they were going. They were just going that way. Well, what's that way? Well, we don't know. Some people thought it was the end of the world, and some people thought it was India, right? But tremendous amount of risk associated with that if it was the end of the world, because you could just fall off the edge, never come back. But the reward was even greater, and that's what motivated old Chris to head that direction. You know, there's a great story that I tell about risk and reward that comes from Donald Trump. He was being interviewed on a sidewalk kind of venue, and he was asked, is it a good time to start a small business? And kind of in the background was a hot dog vendor. So they walked over and talked to the vendor. He said, how many customers do you serve a day? And he said, 300 or 400. He said, this guy's got to make 300 or 400 people mad before he loses his livelihood. How many people do you have to make mad? See, if you look at it in those terms, the risk of leaving a steady employment that everybody else says is a good thing, to go out and strike out on your own can sound astronomical. And when we think about risk in those, in the terms that everybody else shares, oh, you don't want to do that. You'll lose your insurance, lose your vacation days, you'll lose this and that and the other. Yeah, but think about what you could gain. And see, most of you have already overcome that obstacle. You're in business for yourself. You understand the value of striking out on your own. But what are the risks that you face on a day-to-day basis? Should you add a new product to the product line? Or the one that I say is even scarier than that, removing a product from the product line. Yes, people buy it, but it's taking up inventory space. It's not a high margin item, and not a lot of people buy it. Should you really keep it? Yeah, but, maybe somebody will buy it, and I've already got it here. Yeah, and there's lots of maybe analogies. I won't get into all of those, right? But the story today is about risk and learning to take a risk. Now, most people avoid risk because they have a fear of failure. Well, we talked on Monday that fear is a good thing. It causes us to pay attention. And we talked yesterday that failure, if you look at failure as just a tiny adjustment, like you're driving a car, the little bitty adjustments you make to your course, you get to an even greater destination. But think if you were leaving your neighborhood and your car was on the wrong vector and you were heading off into the trees and you just decided to stop there on the side of the road. And so, well, I've got air conditioning, I'm not too far from home, I can walk back. We'll just stay here. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity, right? So risk is that balance that you have to do between the potential bad that could happen and the potential good that could happen. All right, so failure. If you look at failure as just those little tiny adjustments, then it's not this big thing that you have to be afraid of, right? You only fail when you quit, and you are not going to quit. I know you're not, because you're one of my listeners, and I won't let you, all right? So when we talk about risk, and the biggest risk that most people assess is the risk of failure, but now we know that failure is just a little adjustment that we need to make on the road to success, and we have no reason to fear, then now we've mitigated all those risks. So now look at the opportunity that you've been sweating over. It might be leaving your job to strike out on your own. It might be adding a product. It might be taking a product away. It might be getting into a joint venture or bringing a partner on. Right? Look at that opportunity and assess the risk now. Now that we know that failure is just a minor adjustment, man, that risk doesn't look so bad anymore. Okay? Go ahead and strike out. Go ahead and take on that partner. Go ahead and enter into that JV agreement, because the reward that you're going to get, and we'll talk about that some tomorrow, much, much greater than the cost associated with accepting the risk. All right? Let me know what you think. Send me an email, tom@tomrigsby.com. Hit me up on Twitter @TomRigsby, or you can find me on Facebook. Actually, the easiest way to find me on Facebook is to go to 7minutesinthemorning.com/Facebook. And I would love it. I would take it as a very satisfying thing if you would do this for me. Go to 7minutesinthemorning.com, just the homepage there, and on the right, you can sign up to get email notifications of all of the upcoming episodes. I would really like it if you would do that. That helps me establish a better relationship with you and make sure that you get all of the content as soon as it's published. All right, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow talking about rewards right here on 7 Minutes in the Morning. Until then, my name is Tom Rigsby, and I'm your business coach.